break down the behind the scenes of the $6 million case study here. Now, just a few notes before I go ahead is I just want to let you know, first of all, due to privacy and confidentiality, I'm not able to show you the screenshots of the landing pages or the ads. So we'll have some limitations there as I walk you through what we created. I also wanted to just quickly share with you the specific objective and challenges so you have a better idea of the context of this particular campaign. So we'd actually been working with this client for a couple of months and had already implemented the omnichannel marketing before this Black Friday weekend. And when we had actually started with the client, it was quite amazing because as we started the omnichannel approach, the client saw month over month increases of about 40 to 50% in revenue over the previous 6 months. This all culminated in Black Friday through Cyber Monday, where just the sheer power of the collaboration across all of the platforms in this true omni-channel marketing approach really became obvious. So why don't we jump through and go to that part? Now, we had to take a look at which channels would be best to focus on. We actually did a couple of different little mini tests and determined that these 3 channels would be the best ones to focus our efforts on. So Facebook and Instagram, Google Ads, and programmatic. And we had a simple yet very powerful funnel. So what we ended up doing was, after all of the different testing, we decided to take all the different paid traffic from the various channels and send them all to different advertorials. We had a variety of advertorials because they had to be focused based on the different audiences and interests. And each of the advertorials would encourage the customer to go to the shopping cart to buy. A couple of the advertorials also had an additional opt-in option for emails so that the back end could then kick in and start marketing to that email list and get even more sales. And here are the touch points that we ended up focusing on. So it was Facebook and Instagram, Google, Bing, YouTube, connected TV, programmatic display with banner ads, native, and video. We were actually able to use the brand assets with imagery and videos. And what each media buyer did was they took those assets and customized it so they were optimized for each platform. Also, because there was an education element required before purchasing this product, we had a number of different videos. Some were 15 seconds, some were, more than 1 minute. And we were able to use those in Facebook, Instagram, like YouTube, connected TV, and video, and programmatic video. And so that was actually really helpful in order to get the message across and to be able to accelerate people along the customer journey. In addition, like another bonus with Facebook and Instagram was we were also able to leverage video from their influencer campaigns as well, which especially on that particular platform helped us to increase sales there as well. So when we took a look at the data after we kind of increased everything just for that Black Friday sale, we noticed that we ended up getting a 44x ROAS when you compare it year over year. So if you notice here, we also in the previous year had about 200,000 in revenue. And then the next year with the omnichannel marketing, remember we had started it a couple of months beforehand and they were able to ramp up for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. We're showing here a little bit over $2 million in revenue. If you want to take a look at it across the specific channels, you can see here that we have a summary of the results across Google, programmatic, and Facebook. Now, Jordan's going to walk you through our methodology and really the magic behind what makes all this work for these phenomenal results.
All right, thanks, Liana. Let's talk about the structure that we use on these omnichannel campaigns. And with the methodology we developed is called panoptic stacking. And what this does is it enables us to structure the entire campaign across all the key channels in a systematic way to yield maximum results. Panoptic stacking allows us to do what we call performance branding. 90% of our clients are performance-based, but what a lot of companies do is they forget about the importance of building your brand while driving for the sale. With panoptic stacking, we structure the campaign, the omnichannel campaign into 3 stages. Now, what you'll see here is kind of the whole process. So don't get overwhelmed when you look at this, because you might be like, oh, okay, this is a lot. We're going to break this down and kind of go into and cover this. Okay, but I wanted to show you the very specific kind of, this is the overall structure of this omnichannel process and what we try to do here. And one thing you'll notice in particular is that I talk about a combined CPA or ROAS. I'll talk a little bit more about this as we kind of go through it, but it's important to have that in mind as all the stages have to work together, and you're going to be looking at that combined CPA or ROAS. Okay. The first stage in this process consists of top of funnel activity for driving awareness and primarily focusing on some type of landing page, like an advertorial, a quiz, webinar registration, something educational and valuable to the consumer. Now, it's important, you will absolutely get sales from the stage. You absolutely will. But it's important to also identify your potential customers and begin building that relationship with them and building that awareness. And you'll see that we have three particular segments. We've got our programmatic native ads and video ads. We have our Facebook ads, and then we have Google search. And some of you might be saying, well, Google search, that's more of a bottom of funnel. And that's correct. But we were doing more of just focusing on topical keywords and category keywords at this stage of the awareness funnel. And then you can see with programmatic and Facebook, with programmatic, we actually, with native and native video ads, we did a lot of run of exchange and contextual targeting. And then we had our behavioral audiences built into that. But all of that together is what's going to fill up that funnel. And we did try YouTube and some other channels for stage one. They didn't work out for us. And so that's why these were the three for this particular client that we focused on. In stage two, you'll see that we move now into kind of the retargeting segment. So once we start filling that funnel, then we're using a lot of different channels to get in front of the consumer. And a couple I want to point out in particular. Connected TV can be extremely powerful and can be a very effective way to get your brand in front of the consumer in places that they're not used to seeing, these type, maybe a digital brand and those type of advertisers. But when you run a connected TV campaign, make sure in the video, you're going to usually there'll be 15 to 60 second spots for connected TV. And make sure you put a phone number that you can track. And that can be kind of your tracking mechanism on the commercial that you're running. Or you can also include a website order page, some type of, website page, URL that you can direct them to, so you can have some type of tracking. Depending on the DSP, your demand side platform or programmatic that you're running connected TV, you'll also be able to see all your view through conversions from it too. But you'll see native ads on here. And then this is where we found YouTube, of course, very effective with native videos. And we saw our Google search. This is where we did our branded keywords, the product keywords, and the shopping feed to really get to get in front of the consumer on the retargeting standpoint. These pages then all we drove all those pages to a product focused landing page. So we were not driving them, retargeted back to an advertorial, that type of thing. We were driving them to a very specific sales page for the product. And on the sales page, number one, make sure it's always connected to your main site in some way. You don't want to separate that. It actually helps with the branding, have that connected to the main site. You want to continue to build that trust. But all those URLs, all those products, all those channels, we're driving to this particular page. And then what we look at is, for that point, if they still don't buy, we do give them another chance, and we do use the last stage in stage three of retarget them using, these were the channels for this particular client that worked really well for them. And we're driving them to like an FAQs page, top 5 reasons to purchase, testimonial type of landing page. And then from there, that's it. We didn't continue, and we don't continue retargeting them, for a long period of time.